showed signs of stopping and pulling over earlier in the pursuit. They were just about to execute that traffic stop when things went sideways and the car fled.
All right. Once again, the stars have to fucking align that this chase has to happen during the conference finals. But here we are. This is now what, the third game in a row we've had a chase during this damn game. I'm going to have to balance both. We have a stolen, carjacked, white Dodge Charger. We just dumped. Let's see. So we just dumped the driver. The passenger took over. We're 710 northbound. We were just coming off the 605. Passenger is now driving the car. Not in pursuit mode at all. Just back on the highway as we go live here. I'm going to have to balance both guys watching the game and this chase as well, so bear with me here. I'm not going to be able to control the comments as I usually can. Matini37, what's up? Noti Gang, welcome in. We're going to have to balance both things going on here, but we're on the freeway for the moment. 710 freeway. I'm going to assume northbound because the 710 will take you directly into the ocean.
Freeway that he has right now, it almost looked like with the way they're moving up on him that they would consider. Well, I think it's way too fast to do a pit maneuver, right, Chris? So, but they are really on top of him.
Yeah, especially the sheriff's department. They would not execute a pit maneuver on the freeway.
Yeah, no pit maneuvers here. We're getting off. We're getting off. We're getting off. We're getting off. Back to side streets. We're in Southgate. We're approaching Downey Norwalk. All roads lead to Downey. Drop your Downeys in the chat.
Bandini Boulevard. So he's getting off the freeway.
Caleb Martin's the greatest basketball player of all time. Look at this. Look at all this traffic coming up. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Oh my God, 8 CHP LAPD cruisers going through a red light here.
Dead set on catching up with this suspect, not to mention all of the units that they had dedicated to the foot pursuit when the driver jumped out of the vehicle at River Road.
I'm going to have to, hopefully the game doesn't bother you guys. I'm going to have to turn the volume on here for a second.
So there was a foot pursuit going on, and then the passenger jumped in, and now you have a lot of resources.
Want a stolen car, carjacked vehicle. This is the passenger that's now driving. Back on the side streets, Atlantic Boulevard. Of course, it's always wide open during a police chase. Worst traffic in the world. Not during police chases. Probably going to give this an... I don't know if it's worthy of a 4th star just yet, but we're close.
Southbound Atlantic Boulevard.
Well, you're certainly getting a glimpse inside that driver's side window where you see that one suspect. Again, Chris, we're talking this.
What's up, Noti Gang? Welcome in. Welcome back.
Situation. Can you repeat exactly that part of this?
So it's a little bit unclear if they were carjacking suspects or if the vehicle that they're in. It was carjacked during a separate
Jason
crime.
Tatum's all sorts of banged up with this ankle, guys. Crazy.
Suspect or suspects, to say the least.
Still on side streets. Southgate, Atlantic Boulevard. With an armada behind him. You're seeing cars getting out of the way and pulling over here. You can see it coming in the rearview mirror. Oh. Are we getting out? Are we pulling over? What's going on? Doesn't look like it. This does not look like someone that's in any mood to give up anytime soon. Going into the right-hand lane, going through a busy intersection here as there's, once again, a cavalry of combination of LAPD and CHP in pursuit.
But you can see they have dedicated upwards of 9 or 10 units to this
9 to 10 units in pursuit.
Bad, obviously, a lot more details on that crime that we are trying to gather more information on. But in any event, a dangerous suspect on the loose here as he has now taken control of this, what is believed to be a carjacked vehicle. Now
that's got to go in, Tatum. That had to go in.
With that primary unit really closing in, only about 3 car lengths behind him, guys.
Yeah, you wonder if he's going to make a move.
I can hear all the helicopters above me. Are we wrong side of the road?
It looks like he's coming into traffic, but
you guys hear the helicopter just fly over my apartment? They're all up in the air. I could hear it going to the chase. I live underneath the path of when they're going eastbound from the damn ocean all the way to Southgate.
The cockpit of that car. It makes you worried.
Must have 3
he's
at the
agitated at best, but perhaps more problems than that going on.
Exactly. The driving has been unpredictable, but so is his behavior behind the wheel there. As we zoomed in, you could see very, very agitated as he was starting to feel that pressure. I think all of these maneuvers at this point are basically random turns, just desperate to get away. They just don't seem to have a clear destination in mind, or at least they didn't before that driver jumped out, and this
by a
passenger
Derek
who's taking
White
control of the
layup.
vehicle certainly appears to be making this up as he goes along, as he parallels the railroad tracks there on Randolph Street, coming up
that
on a
off dribble
railroad crossing,
penetration,
looking
right?
to make the turn over the tracks, crossing there, and occasionally, as you saw, even dipping into the oncoming lanes of traffic. That's also
That's wrong side of the road again.
in some cases, maybe not in this
Indeed,
case,
good
but in
day
some
for Boogie.
cases, an effective
We had the Coca-Cola
maneuver.
600
If you're being
just
pursued by
end
the
as
sheriff's
it
department,
started,
it's
and
too
we are
dangerous, including the wrong
boogity,
way,
boogity,
including
boogity.
going the wrong way in
Let's go,
oncoming
Jason.
traffic.
Wrong
The
side of the
sheriff's
road.
department
Still
typically
Southgate.
start to pull back.
Stolen
They will,
cars, the
you know,
want, for those of you
immediately
just
give the order
joining
to
us here during the
either cancel
commercial.
pursuit or
9
put it into
units.
surveillance
Yeah,
mode,
9
whatever the
units
case may
chasing
be.
behind.
In this event,
Not in
they
any
are
form of
dedicating
pursuit
more
or tracking
resources
mode like we've
instead
seen
of
many
less.
times.
So they appear to be dedicated to getting the suspect
Karate Champ,
off the
welcome
road,
in, welcome back.
especially
Your
as he,
Antarctica Nation passport
corners
is on its
himself
way.
in
Windows
neighborhoods like
open.
this.
He is
keeps finding himself
driving that thing
in
like
these
he was Tyler Reddick
relatively,
saving turn 3
residential
earlier today.
neighborhoods, but not intentionally. Again, I think all of these
All over the
moves
place with the
appear
wheel.
to
We're
be,
on some side streets.
pretty made up
That's
as
a
he,
giant wall
continues
too. I don't know where the hell we are or where we're
alleyway
planning on
here
going.
as he continues to parallel
Jackie Kong
the
Dong, it's
LA
been 10
River,
months.
this time
Yeah,
on
that's a
District
marriage.
Boulevard.
We're stuck
up the
here.
road from where
Do you
his
think you
driver,
inspired
the
Mark
driver of
Cuban's
the
tweet?
SUV, the original driver, jumped
Possibly.
out. Now he's continuing back up
There's-
along the
there
LA
are
River
so many
in
illegal
another
streams
industrial
that-
area as he comes- look at
I
the
mean,
spike
oh,
strips there.
oh, spike strips! Oh, we got him! Got the front right at the very least.
Very effective spike. I
Oh, look at that
think
cop
he's
scramble back to the car with his
at least the
spike
right
strips.
side.
Shuttle
That's
run
the
on
right
him.
tire, I believe.
Got the front right at least, maybe the back right. I don't know about the front left.
I believe the
He
air
swerved.
deflate from that front right tire.
Front
maybe
right
even
definitely
the
connected.
right rear tire as he continues down.
Traditionally,
Walker
it's a
Avenue,
slow
and now
leak
he's
out of there.
going
It takes
in a
about
circle,
5 to 7
making a
minutes for the
right
air to
left
come
turn
out.
as he starts to
And
feel
every
the
time that you
effects
turn, it puts
of
more
that
torque and
spike
pressure
strip,
on that front right tire,
slowly
and it
bleeding
will
the air
start
out of his
to,
tires. That
as
vehicle is gonna
bleeding
start
is a good way to put
behave
it.
differently. It's gonna steer
And once you
very
lose that
differently,
tire,
and he's
we're on a,
gonna slow
oh,
down here. Maybe
whoa,
he's gonna
whoa, whoa,
just
whoa,
come
whoa,
to
whoa,
his
whoa.
senses
What's
and,
going on?
realize that time is up.
We're
as
still
he
rolling.
continues
We're gonna pit?
to
Too
push
slow
it
for a
here.
pit.
Really not. Look at this.
Look at
He's
more
going
spike
for
strips.
another spike with
The back
same
right just
wheel.
got hit. Back right
But,
definitely just got hit there.
Clearly now, he
He has no clue where he is, just buying time as we front right going down, front right going down.
He is not giving up easily, guys.
No doubt about it, Chris.
Front wheel for sure, right,
Yeah,
Colleen?
front wheel, David. And we saw it now, it's hit twice. And this isn't one of those cars that.
We might get, yeah, the tire smoke, once it starts smoking, it'll be white smoke. Blue smoke is brake fluid
We
smoke.
have a moment here while this
But there's
thing
still
is-
some rubber on that. It's going to be on the rim here in a couple of minutes.
Where he was really. He was
Where's the
screaming.
exit? How did he get into this
He's
place? And
pointing out
how did he
his
get in the
front
first
windshield
place?
And screaming.
He's driving
It shows
without
the
any
level of
purpose in the world.
Agitation he has.
And the more he stays in here, the more they'll be able to set up a brigade. Oh, more spike strips. More spike strips. Oh, and they, oh, look at that play. They boxed him in so he couldn't swerve around to the right. So he had to drive over the spike strips. The front left and the back left are now hit. Now those are going to be going down in the next 5 minutes. He's got no tires left here that have not been spiked.
So all of these tires should start.
We could
giving
very well have a
as
Katy
he
Perry
continues
challenge
down
coming up here.
60th Street with LA County Sheriff.
You stay in that same
So
area, they will
effectively
be
spiked
camped out waiting for
and
you.
then that same officer crossed the street as he made the circle.
That was the same officer
and
that
then
threw the
was
first
prepared
spikes.
smartly to go ahead and attempt to spike the left side of the vehicle, and I think he made good contact there as well. So what happens here, guys, as you are familiar, those spike strips leave behind a straw-like peg in the tube of those tires that'll slowly.
Now you got people on the sides of the streets there. You see them?
The right side, already that front right tire is flat. As we come around the driver's side, if we could, you'll start to see the same thing on the left side. Hopefully, we'll start to see that tire go flat as well.
Yeah, this
So
chase-
he's on borrowed time, or at least the vehicle is.
This does
and
not feel
sure
like this
enough,
chase
you
will
can
be
see
on for
that
long.
front left tire
Front
losing
right, front left is still operational, but it's
It was
definitely
interesting,
leaking.
though, to see it's very well executed, those spike strips. And again, this is creating such an excitement in this neighborhood because you just see everybody coming out there.
Shows you how quickly the
Yeah.
news travels
Yeah,
if there's a
exactly.
pursuit going on in their neighborhood. They're all out there getting cell phone video of this pursuit. Everybody in their front yards or
The
on the
dog.
sidewalk. That's that.
Call Travel and Jimmy there?
The second one on the right And then you saw just a second.
Oh, he's
ago the-
limping around, too.
Left too. So by our calculations, there's a really good chance that 3 of his 4 tires are going to be flat soon. They'll be basically down to.
We've already had a variation of the Paul
Inflated
Walker
that
challenge. They
right-hand
switched seats.
One. I'm not sure. if
The
they did
original
that
driver
yet.
went
I'm not
out and
sure,
foot
but
bailed.
Maybe they did.
Oh, there's Scott
So
Foster.
right here is where
Or is that John
it
Coble?
did.
Coble called that
No,
one.
I don't think it did that back. So I think the 2 back tires have not been punctured.
Yeah, they
They
still.
appear to be at
Front
least on
left's
the
now-
left side.
front left's going
The
down.
left rear appears intact, but
Front left is about to be on-
is out of commission here. You'll start to see the
Front left's
rubber,
about to be on rims.
tear apart if he continues, especially if he picks up any kind of speed whatsoever.
What do you guys think?
I
Foot
he
pursuit here?
Realizes at this point that he's on borrowed time, but when you're in that position, you just can never really put yourself in the
He's
mind
bumping.
of somebody
Look at it. Look
who's
at the front
under
seat. He's
this
bump,
kind of
bump, bump,
pressure.
bump, bump, bump,
Who
bump.
knows
It's
what they're going
because he's
through
on.
psychologically,
He's got
what their rap
flats.
sheet
Look at him.
looks
He's
like,
bouncing up and
and
down.
of
Bump,
course,
bump, bump,
if they're
bump,
under
bump,
the
bump.
influence of anything. There's so many factors that
Feels
go
like a
into
foot
this, and
pursuit.
of course,
Feels like
all
a
of those
foot
things are
foot
top
bail
of
here.
mind for those
Jack
vehicles
Tocido
right
coming
behind
very
him.
quickly.
The good news
Nope,
is
not
that
yet.
the vehicle is at least partially disabled. It's not going to come to a stop on its own here, at least not yet. We've seen vehicles, especially a vehicle like this, travel on rims for several blocks or several miles in some cases until eventually.
God, there are
you
helicopters
start to see the sparks
everywhere
flying. But in any
outside.
event, he is now coming up on 52nd place here on Heliotrope Avenue, what is mostly a residential neighborhood. You mentioned that this is causing a commotion in this area.
Yeah,
Not
people are
something we
starting-
like to
yes,
see
people are
because
starting to
that
go
starts look at
outside.
as a possible pit maneuver. The one thing that the spike strips do is when you lose those front tires, you put yourself in a position where it's much easier to execute a textbook pit here, especially for these well-trained sheriff's deputies who are continuing this pursuit. If they see an opportunity, he's going to have to pick up a little bit of speed. It's possible to go too slow for a pit maneuver as well, and he's going a little bit too slow for an effective pit
Oh,
maneuver. They're
we're
coming
stopped.
up right
Nope.
behind him here. He's coming to a pause and continuing once again.
Whoa,
the
oncoming
LA
traffic
River.
there.
And again, we've been here before. He is just kind of making these circles up as he goes along. Again, attracting attention in these residential neighborhoods is really.
They could try and pit him. It's just not going to do anything.
Want to get involved? They're tracking it on ABC7, and they want to get a.
Yeah, we're
picture
right
of
on the
it
border of
through
Downey, I
social
think.
media,
We're in
and
Southgate.
It just becomes a messier situation for law enforcement. Right now, he's back in that industrial section, right along the LA River. You can see the bike path there.
Oh, we're
Just
back on the
north of him.
LA
He's
River,
coming
where I think Mr. Invincible
on
stopped,
the
didn't he?
West side.
Nope.
Of the river.
We're just playing this,
And now it's a little bit of a game of cat and mouse as he
Yeah,
starts
cat
and
mouse
stops,
chicken there.
Starts and stops, maybe trying to think of where he could run and hide.
Well, the tires don't matter if we're just creeping around like this.
Is not even aware of the dozen or so black and white patrol cars right behind him. So he's not going to get very far, but he's sure giving it a go.
He certainly has found an area to just drive, in a straight line, because anybody who's had a flat tire, especially in the front, you cannot really turn the wheels of these cars. So to see that he's trying to just keep going straight and the police are patiently going along
Jimmy.
with them, it seems this could last quite some time.
Well, I mean, if he stays on this road, it would be a dream scenario for these deputies because it's basically an industrial road here that parallels the river, which turns away from the freeway. So he's getting, as he makes the turn there, you see the bend in that road? That's going to turn him away from the 710 freeway, unless he thinks that he's going to maybe drive into the river. Is he going to drive into the river?
What? It's a river!
He's driving over the bike trail.
That's the river!
Right there. That is the riverbed right there. So
He's on the bike trail.
Could take this into the river. Quite frankly, he's now on a
He's
bike
gonna go.
trail.
He's on the bike trail. He's foot bail. Oh, he gave up. Oh my God.
Thankfully.
Oh, no, look at him roll up on him like that.
That could have been a disaster. Obviously, lots of people on a holiday on that bike path. that
There's
parallels
people,
the
look
river.
right below the word
This
stolen car
comes to a
pursuit.
Relatively peaceful, and we'll go ahead. Push
There's-
up
there's
over the
bikers right there.
And zoom in tight. You can see them now taking that suspect.
You better hope that car's not in drive. It's going to run over these guys. Is that car in park?
Now he will be off to Men's Central Jail, guys.
That clearly was
Oh,
his
my God.
intention, to give up, but I think he jumped out.
He
quickly
jumped out and he wanted to go, but man, they chased him down quick.
Get away, which was a good choice.
Oh, man.
Give up, and now they have him into custody. And this is happening, as you said.
All right,
in a
code
isolated
4's in the
area
chat, people.
where
We are
it's
code
not
4.
disturbing a whole lot of people or blocking an intersection.
Whoa,
or
they're
any
really
other
putting him in the
bystanders
back.
In the way, so that's good news.
Yeah,
Wow.
not as
Hope you guys
safe
didn't
of a
miss that
resolution
one.
as we could have hoped
It
for.
goes onto the
Thankfully,
bike
we did not
path.
see anybody,
Goes onto the
hurt in this
bike path,
pursuit. There were no
adjacent and
collisions
parallel to the
where,
river. He
maybe
tries to
riders,
foot bail, but because it's a bike path, his door only opens to the point of the fence, and he tries to run by it. He gets kind of stuck, and they closed on him like Seabiscuit.
Has also been taken into custody. So,
Oh, man.
looks like they've got their
That
guys,
was
and this pursuit
adventurous.
has
You might get a replay
Yeah,
of it right
absolutely.
above me
And,
here
again, it was
on the
a
right-hand
very
side.
Interesting one to watch, but we're glad it came to a peaceful and safe ending. Chris, thank you very much. We'll be checking back in with you later on.